Hi, my name's Jed Dawson and we are in Vivary Park in Taunton in Somerset. Here we have Taunton Deane men and the Sweet Coffin doing their annual first dance out of the season here, just to celebrate Easter, to celebrate spring coming out, just to give everyone life.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, no Easter celebration would be complete without a simnel cake. This is what we have here. This cake will be passing amongst you in due course for you to sample a piece of it. But before we send the cake round, we shall dance to it. Yeah. This time.
I think a lot of people assume most Morris men are older, but you seem quite young.
Yeah, but there's loads, there really is. There's like 50, 60 of us who go out on tour around the world. You know, it's Youth Morris, it's going to be a new way. It's great.
We just kind of popped into Taunton for the morning, really.
Yeah.
And we were just walking by, so we thought we'd come and have a look.
It's always lovely to see, very traditional. Yeah, it's always nice to see. Pity the sun's not shining, that's all.
I think it's nice people are still doing it, because
Yeah,
it is obviously, I mean, it is dying out. But I think it's nice. I mean, there's a couple of young people here doing it, and you know, you hope that they kind of continue doing it, because I think it's a shame that stuff does die out, because we don't have very much kind of traditional folk culture stuff still going on really in this country compared to other countries.
There's a side made up of just purely under 25s and they just go around the world just showing off their Morris, and hey, you know, you get to go down the pub every week, so it's not too bad.
I'm Dave Sutcliffe and with Taunton Deane Morris Men, and we're here at Hestercombe Gardens. We've been dancing because they've restored and opened the mill today. We've done 2 short sets in between the rain showers, and we're dancing 2 traditions of Cotswold Morris from Bampton and from Ilmington. Somerset connection with Morris really comes through Cecil Sharp, who is well known. He came down from London to hear folk song at a little village called Hambridge, near Ilminster, and he did that for 3 years with the vicar there. His name was Reverend Charles Marson, and then he got interested in Morris dancing. Cecil Sharp couldn't find any here and had to go up to Gloucestershire to find it, what was left of it. So there was different styles going on, but it was beginning to die out, and then Cecil Sharp really captured it all. But I think what turned him on to folk music really was coming to Somerset, so Somerset's got a good connection there.
Well, this is the very first instrument I learnt to play, which was a penny whistle. This one's built like a recorder, but it just has the 6 holes on one side and no thumb hole that's common to recorders. It plays about 2 and a bit octaves at a push, and it's in a particular key, so you can't play in different keys.
Well, I started 17 years ago, and we've been dancing all together as a side since 1973, and we've got some new young lads have joined us recently, so let's hope the tradition carries on. When youngsters join, it's great, it means that it's still alive and,
carried forward.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The side has the problem with a lot of Morris sides these days, and that is getting younger members. But we've been very lucky recently, having had about 4 or 5 of them join us and bring friends along, which is great. But the problem that I think you might find that Morris clubs and a lot of other clubs have is the fact that really with young people there's a very narrow window these days before from the time they start Morris dancing, they leave to go to university or move somewhere else. So that window is very small. So you tend to find that university towns have a lot of younger people there in the Morris clubs because they move from other places, which isn't a bad thing really. But whereas in the old days you might find it was farm orientated or rural, where they went in the villages. Nowadays it's reverse. They're moving away like everything else in this world, I suppose.
These are 3-holed pipes. These are the pipes and tabors. So these have less of a range, but they've got the 2-finger holes there and the 1 thumb hole there, and they're designed to be played in one hand so that you've got the other hand free to use the tabor. This is the tabor, very traditional instrument of England. Tensioned by little slides down on the strings, and that pulls the 2 rings in and tensions the drum.
I'd seen it a long time ago and really rather liked it, and I found that when I went along just for an open evening, I found the guys were really welcoming and would actually teach me. I mean, it wasn't anything that I was going to find in a book or a DVD or anything. It was a case of oral tradition to be passed on, through the side. I thought that was really interesting. I can't think of many other kind of hobbies where you feel like it's being passed on in such a way. It was like inclusive, you felt very welcome, but it was also quite unusual, and I think that appealed to me.
You always get the people who take the mick out of the Morris because it's fashionable to do so, you know, but it's amazing when you start talking to people on the one-to-one when they haven't got a Morris an audience or whatever, that they probably really like it but don't admit to it because it's not cool. It's not cool, you see. What I always say is that Morris dancing needs a river dance moment, which Irish dancing was in the same situation, and to some extent still is, but once it gets a river dance moment, it's a big media event. When they get the best of everything and put on a big display, all of a sudden it becomes fashionable and cool to do, that's what Morris dance needs, I think. River dance moment, if anybody's watching.